Good morning. Happy 4th of July, everyone. I know that nationalism is kind of dead. I know that the United States as a governing entity is corrupt and evil. I know that. But happy 4th of July all the same. I love my people. I love my heritage. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can celebrate the things you love about your cultural heritage, and you can celebrate your people while also condemning the absolute vile, evil cunts who rule us from Washington. So, in that aspect, happy America Day, everybody. Happy 4th of July. It is a very damp, warm, humid morning. The sun just started to come out just a moment ago before I started recording, so it's going to be a little warm, a little warmer on my trip back. We are in the wealthy people neighborhood this morning because I thought this would be the nicest place to walk when it was all wet and lush. We got some nice big sunflower things here. Get to enjoy some big homes. I like this one. It reminds me of like maybe somewhere up in New England, maybe around where, I don't know, maybe in Boston or Maine or something, where maybe H.P. Lovecraft lived or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to say happy 4th of July and let you guys know it is okay to love your heritage. People in France, look at the nightmare happening in France. The French people have a history, but Macron and the other evil ones that have been white erasing and destroying Paris with anti-white terrorism, those aren't really French people, are they? That's not really who the French are. Just like all of the globalist international NGO cunts that have set up shop in American media and in the American government and military institutions, I don't feel like they're very American with what that means to me. So this is why I tell people, celebrate your people and your cultural heritage. Let that mean something to you that is positive, that you can celebrate. But don't go to war over it. This nationalism versus nationalism thing has been weaponized against us many times. So love yourself, love your people, but don't hate the French or the Germans or the Canadians or the whatevers, because that'll just lead to more brother wars and animosity. And we don't need that. We've had enough of that. We've been exsanguinated on the field of anti-whiteism for too many generations. So don't be like that. But love your people and your heritage. Love your customs. Wherever you live, learn some, if you don't already know, about what makes you your ethnicity. For me, it's Appalachian, East Tennessean. And, I've learned a lot about bluegrass and country music and banjo picking and how to farm tobacco and stuff like that. Even though I've never particularly been interested in any of those things, it's an important part of my heritage. And so I've sort of picked it up over the years, and that's part of what I am. Just like a lot of things are part of who you are. Lean into that stuff. That stuff matters. That stuff gives you an identity, gives you something that means something, that can't easily be taken away. And that's what the whole 4th of July thing should be about, I think. Don't let them take it away from you. Don't let them subvert it. Don't let them... Just whatever country you live in, I'm using America as an example because it's 4th of July, but wherever it is you live here in the West, they're going to try to take it away from you. They're going to subvert it. They're going to try to make it homosexual and anti-white and all this other garbage. They're going to try to do that to everything that matters to us, but we can't let them. And the best way, in my opinion, to not let them is to, form small groups, care about your local community, get involved. We can't take over our federal governments. We can't do that. But what we can do is start asserting ourselves locally on a private level. Wherever you live, maybe you live in a big city where that's not a possibility, maybe you should leave. Maybe not, but start networking and organizing with people around where you live. Get involved. Go to a PTA meeting. I know that public schools are cancer, but it's a good place to meet people who are concerned. Maybe go to a charity drive. Good place to meet religious folks who at least are willing to get off their asses and do something. So, that's how I meet people locally here. I see who's out doing stuff. I go to local events. Like we just had about a month before 4th of July, we have a local event here. Well, I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want you to look it up. But where people come together, we have live music and people swap different local foods and types of things they cook or fry at home. And it's fun. It's a good place to meet people because people that go to stuff like that, they are locally energized. And that's where you meet people that could actually give a crap about doing something else. And so that's where me and my cousin like to go, just to sort of hang out and, see people. It's kind of like a mix of a town fair and like a farmer's market with live music. It's an interesting thing that they do a couple times a year here, and it's nice. You should look for that kind of thing around where you live, especially if you live rural, like maybe out in farmland country in the middle of America, or you live in a rural mountain area like I do in Appalachia. Looking for stuff like that's a great way to meet local people that aren't paused and that are not, you know, married to the anti-white narrative. Everybody, of course, unless they're like us, is going to take some work to sort of, you know, walk them away from that a little bit. Even good folk that you meet out here in the country are like that because of how many generations we've been infected. But anyway, that's what you should do. That's how you fight back. That's how you win the best that we can, is networking and organizing, making friends, and asserting ourselves at a local level. Now, is that going to fix anything in the short term? Certainly not. But it gives us something positive to work on. And from what we create together will come what's next. So the more that we create, the better groundwork that we lay now, the better chance of whatever counter-elite faction or whatever positive movement can come about will have at least places for its people to be safe across the country, as well as good culture to rise up organically from the millions of us or thousands of us that are building together. Because winning is not just political victory. Winning is not just a martial victory. To me, the win condition is a healthy, growing, beautiful cultural society that has artwork and celebration and a strong pathos in its people. Ethnos is important, but you got to have the pathos too. You got to have a reason to be beyond materialism, whether that's working in the service of God if you're a Christian, or if you're just someone who loves your folk to a degree that you are driven to write poetry and to make songs about our heritage or what we face or any of that. That is where we will grow, and that is the win condition for me, is having a culture that grows and cares about its future in a non-material way. And I think that it will take all hands on deck for us to get there. So I'm doing my part. You should do your part. Network. Maybe run for local office. So a lot of times you'll even run unopposed because the person who has the office might not even want it anymore. So do the little things that I talk about on my channel all the time. And you can make a difference and you can build us a better future. So maybe, just maybe, the next 4th of July style holiday will be named after whatever we do and what we build in the next decade or two. So I'm going to leave on that positive note. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'm going to try to beat the heat and stay inside a lot this week because it's supposed to be hot and humid all week. I don't have any travel plans for the 4th because I've been traveling a lot this summer already. I'm just going to take it easy the rest of the week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. God bless. See you Monday night for more Discordant Dragons.